Welcome to DreamShare, a bi-weekly podcast where we talk about dreams, share dreams we've had, and figure out what they could mean. I'm your host, Chris Strunk, and I'm here with my co-host and my sister, Sarah.
Whoa, the tables have turned.
The tables have turned, indeed.
Wow.
Next up in the outline, it says, welcome to the podcast. I wanted to start by saying ... and all past Chris has written is pee pee poo poo. So, how's finals going?
Yeah, well, so maybe this is the first podcast that you've ever listened to with DreamShare.
Wait, that's a great point, Sarah. Let me do it. I'm the host. This episode is a little different because I am hosting the podcast. Chris, I'm hosting it. That's not normally normal because normally Sarah hosts the podcast because
yes, I'm the normal host.
I am speaking.
Sorry.
Because it is her podcast. But because she's so busy with finals, I said, do you want me to host the podcast? And she said, yes.
I did. I said it exactly like that. Yes. So if you've just joined listening, just know that this is not a normal episode, but we hope you still enjoy it. I'll just do a little plug right now. Go check out some more episodes, please.
Maybe they'll enjoy it more, and then your self-confidence will be shattered.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't even tell you what this episode was about.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're going to do today.
Okay, well, that's great. Because no matter what dream you chose, it won't be related to my topic.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Do you want to guess the topic? Do you think you can guess the topic? It's not like super obscure or anything like that. Oh, this is a pointless guessing game. It's in the title, so the viewer isn't guessing.
Well, I don't know it, though.
Okay, you can still guess.
This is a weird way to start. I'm going to guess that it has to do with either sleep paralysis or maybe like the myths around dreams that like if you die in your dream, you die in your sleep.
Incorrect.
Really?
It's about animals.
Oh my God.
And the first question I want to ask you, Sarah, is do animals dream?
Absolutely. I literally the other day I have a cat, Finn. I adopted him recently. He was sleeping in my bed while I was working on my finals. And I looked over and it looked like he was having a seizure, but he was just like running in his sleep. his whole face was twitching and his tail was flicking around. So I absolutely believe that he was dreaming.
Okay, well, you are correct. I did not expect you to reach that conclusion that quick. So that concludes this episode of the podcast.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks so much for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at DreamShare Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
We didn't even get to share our dreams.
Well, you guessed too quickly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go rewind. Oh, do animals dream?
No, I'll ask it, Sarah.
Oh my God.
Do animals dream?
You know, I don't know. I don't know a lot about this topic. You're going to have to inform me.
That's a great answer. Okay, so do animals dream? Yes. But how do we know that they dream? Okay, that's the real question that everyone is asking. First thing you should know is that while people are asleep, we generally show very low brain activity and slight muscle tension. So basically, while you're asleep, you're not doing much, right? You're just sleeping, you're resting, of course, obviously. However, Dr. Michel Jouvet, a French neurophysiologist who experimented on cats in the 1950s and 60s, found that during REM sleep, this was completely flipped. This is a quote from the New York Times. Dr. Jouvet found that during periods of REM sleep, the muscles of cats were completely slack, even though their brain waves suggested physical activity. So basically, their brain was acting as if they were just walking around and doing everyday cat things, but in reality, they were just sleeping, probably on your pillow, which actually is just an everyday cat thing, but that's beside the point. Another important thing to note real quick is that normally in REM sleep, your muscles are paralyzed. This is to prevent you from kicking or punching or getting up and like screaming and injuring yourself in any way. So that's what Dr. Jouvet found when he found that the cat's muscles were so relaxed in REM sleep. He found that part of the brain was causing the muscles to be paralyzed to prevent the cat from acting out its dreams. However, in 1965, Dr. Michel Jouvet and J.F. Delorme discovered and removed the pons, which is the part of the brain responsible for muscle paralysis during REM sleep in cats. This was later confirmed to also be in humans in a 1986 study, but we're talking about cats here. So basically, they poked at this bit of the cat's brain, and when they poked at it, they realized that all of a sudden, while the cat was in REM sleep, its muscles could move, which meant that the cats started to act out their dreams. And they began moving during REM sleep and exhibited movements suggestive of walking, stalking prey, grooming, or acting aggressively. I don't know if they were actually standing up and walking around and stalking prey, or if they were on their side pretending to do it and they were just mimicking the movements. The New York Times article said one thing and the BBC kind of implied another, but I couldn't find the original study, so I don't know for sure. I'm going to assume they were just still kind of laying down, but acting out the movements and not actually walking around. So, with this information, Dr. Jouvet theorized that the cat had been reacting to its dreams physically since the brain bit that normally caused paralysis had been poked at one too many times. So he was able to answer the question of, do animals dream? And he said, we can't ask them directly, but because of science and stuff, okay, maybe he didn't say exactly this, but yeah, we're pretty sure they're dream. And there are a couple more recent studies with rats. I think there's one from early 2000s, but I'm just focusing on the cats here, so.
Well, that was fascinating.
Yeah, hopefully.
I love I love when animals dream because I don't know, our dog dreams and she kind of just starts running on her side in her sleep, and it's really cute.
Yeah, and I looked up twitches, and I couldn't find a scientific source for animals twitching, but a lot of places claim that especially puppies and younger animals, when they twitch in their sleep, it's not necessarily dreaming, but it has to do with just growth and muscle growth, and it's almost like the dog is which one's the foot? And then it flicks the foot and it goes, got it.
Got it. Well, that's interesting though too, that you say that, because I sometimes twitch in my sleep.
How do you know?
Well, because I've twitched and I've woken myself up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know, but last night, I don't know, I went for a long walk and I could feel my thighs twitching as I was falling asleep. But I don't think that is the same. I think that's muscle usage.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't Google that.
But I can tell you for sure that my cat Finn, he twitches in his sleep, and he was very deep in a sleep the other day, and his whole face was twitching and his body was twitching and his arms were twitching. And I thought, maybe this is not good. I don't know that that's dreaming. But then it calmed down and I was like, okay, I think that was a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream, Sarah. After this episode, now you know for sure it was a dream. Maybe. Probably.
I know. I just wonder what he's dreaming about.
We'll never know. Maybe. Most likely. Unless they learn to speak English, or we learn to speak cat.
That's a better thing.
Meow.
Meow. Do you have I'm sorry, you're the host.
I'm the host, Sarah. Do you have a dream that you want to share?
You sound so threatening.
Do you?
I do. I do have a dream prepared to share right now.
That's great.
I'm just gonna get right into it.
No, we have to whoosh.
Haha, that was a test.
Oh.
Good, you passed.
Instead of whooshing, we're gonna wheesh.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Whoosh. I had very recently met this guy who was cool, and I wanted to hang out with him. So I swam across the ocean to his apartment. I got to his apartment all wet from the ocean, of course. And it was a dinner party with one of his parents, I think it was his dad, and maybe one of my friends, but it was unclear if there was that fourth person. After our introductions to one another, I looked out his door into the hallway of the apartment complex and spotted a clear worm about the size of an earthworm on the steps outside. I'm a worm. I told everyone I was going to take the worm back out to nature, where they belonged. So I picked it up, and it was really wiggly, and it was super duper slimy. It covered my hand with ooze, like a slug, but it was so much more ooze than that. And it kept slipping. I kept dropping it and trying to pick it up again, but it just kept slipping out of my grip, and that was how it went down the stairs. So I got down one floor, and it was a walk-up apartment. But the floor below was absolutely chaotic. So I stayed in the corner, and as I was watching, I saw this giant clump of bugs and worms were coming together to form this ball that was growing larger and larger, and it acted like it was possessed. I thought, well, that does not seem great. So I left the worm, wiggle, and I went back up the stairs to the guy's apartment. Back in the apartment, I wasn't really sure what to say or even if the others was aware that this was happening on the floor below. But suddenly, a random man burst out of one of the bedrooms and tried to snatch me up. The dad and the new man friend stabbed him and took his eyeball. I saw him leave, and then the camera, like I wasn't there, but I could still see this part, it was in like third person, followed him to the pond outside the apartment complex. He started calling upon his bugs that were possessed to get revenge on us. The pond water parted, and a grim reaper made out of bugs appeared.
Ew. Listen, I'm not going to be able to give you any type of like Josh level analysis where he's like, oh, but this represents that. I'm just going to straight up be like, ew, bugs.
Ew, bugs. You know, that's what I took away from this dream too. But the one thing that I think is repeating, and I don't know if it's repeating because we're talking about it more on the podcast or if it's just like a repetitive element, worms, earthworms. Always in my dreams.
Yeah, that seems to actually come up a lot.
I don't know why, but like so many times they're there.
Yeah, I don't like them. So if you could dream about other stuff, that would be nice. Thank you.
I'll try my best.
Do you have any of your own analysis? Because I'm certainly not bringing anything to the table.
I didn't really look up worms because the last time I looked up worms, it didn't really give a great answer that I thought really matched what I was doing. But I do have a side story. So recently, my friend Rachel told me this. So she was listening to the podcast, I think the first episode where we talked about worms, and she was listening to it on a walk one day, and she hadn't gotten to the part where we talked about like the worms on the sidewalk and like during the rain and then putting them back in the dirt so that you can save them. So she passed a worm on the sidewalk, and then as she was listening to the podcast walking further away, we got to the part where we were like talking about putting worms back and saving them from the sun and getting crispy. And so she turned around, she walked 3 blocks back to the worm and put him in the grass. So this podcast saved a life.
A true hero.
You could save a life too. Every time you see a worm on the sidewalk, just
pop
pick
it
him
in
back.
your mouth, just num num num.
No. You put him back in the grass so he can live a good life before maybe being eaten by a bird or something else. But you give him that second chance. Anyway, save a wormy. DreamShare, providing lives for worms since.
Okay.
Anyway, so the other thing that I didn't really analyze from this dream, but just a pattern I've noticed is that the more we do this podcast and the more I pick out my dreams to share, the more I'm like, man, this would be a great dream for the Halloween episode. And I'm like, Sarah, all your dreams would be great for the Halloween episode. So maybe it's me.
Maybe you're just naturally spooky, or you're naturally scared of everything. You have a lot of nightmares.
But they're not nightmares. They're just like spooky elements.
I had a spooky dream recently.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh.
It's for next Halloween.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the most important dream, my dream. The host dream.
The host dream is the most important dream.
So my dream is, obviously we talked about some pet stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us is an animal.
That is also correct.
Well, I mean, I guess you could argue maybe, yeah, but...
Is the human being really an animal on the inside? Because I'd argue that we're all monsters on the inside.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So anyway, since I wasn't really in the last episode with Josh and you guys told your pandemic dreams, I want to tell you my dream.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm jealous.
Oh.
And I have FOMO because I missed out because I only said one line in the whole episode. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, not really, but you know.
Well, I'm excited to hear your pandemic dream.
Okay, let's weesh.
Weesh. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like weesh.
You like weesh?
A little bit.
All
It's
right.
growing on me.
That's good to know. So I was somewhere, and I was doing something with people. It was all very vague, but there was multiple people, and we were having fun. I think we were like, we were hanging out. I think that's what it's called. But I told all the people I was with, my many, many friends, I said, whoa, guys, the Rona is still out there, and we're not practicing social distancing right now. And they kind of nodded. They were like, oh, yeah, no, that's a really good point. And I said, guys, we're going to catch the Rona. And then they all went, yeah. And I went, yeah. And that was it.
Wait, so in your dream, you were creating what are they called? Like COVID parties where you like try to get sick so that you all make it?
It was, yeah, I don't know. It was more of just a thing where it was like, we were like kind of like, I vaguely remember it was like outside of a museum. And I was like, dude, we're going to get the Rona. And they were like, heck yeah, dude, high five.
Oh no. Oh my God. Were you stressed?
No, I thought it was a hilarious dream. I was like laughing. I was like, oh, that was funny. I don't really understand where it came from because I've been very, very careful this entire time.
Yeah, it's also very unlike you to be like, guys, we're gonna have a Rona party so we all can catch it and then we can move on with our lives.
I thought you were going to say it's very unlike you to have many, many friends.
Well, yeah, no, we all knew that.
Okay, well, I guess I didn't need to say it then. But yeah, anyway, this is like the first part of the episode was like, oh yes, animal dreams. And then I was like, whatever, I don't care about that. I'll just pick a random one.
Well, it's okay because I didn't even know we were talking about animals and my dream had a lot of bugs in it. So,
Oh, that's true.
you know?
All right. Well, I guess we'll just do the community dream now. I mean, unless you want to hear a couple more facts.
I do want to hear a couple more facts.
All right, Sarah, I think you'll like this fact.
Okay.
Dr. Michel Jouvet.
Oh, wait. I thought you were talking facts about your dream.
No, we're going back to the animal facts.
Oh my God.
Sarah,
I thought we finished that.
I have so many facts written down. I'm not just going to let them sit here unheard.
Okay.
All right. Dr. Michel Jouvet also kept his own dream journal,
Yay!
which I thought you would like. Yeah. Yay.
You sounded nervous when you said that. You're like, yay!
He also wrote a bunch of books, but one of them is called The Castle of Dreams.
Oh.
And I might read it if I can get it from the library.
Yes, use that library card.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if I have one. I figure if I read a book about dreams, maybe I'll be a little bit more than useless on this podcast.
Oh my God. Don't worry. No, we already covered this. You're the editor. You're not useless.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Very important role.
Until you find another editor.
No. Well, I think one thing to add on to the dream journal thing is Dr. Michel
Jouvet.
Yeah. Recently, our cousin texted the DreamShare account and was like, I started my own dream journal. So I just wanted to like shout that out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, yes, please. Like, it's awesome. Like, I love seeing people start their own dream journals. Even like writing down like one dream a week, because I know some people have a harder time remembering. The more you try to remember your dreams and try to write them down, the easier they'll come to you. And then it's a fun thing to look back on too. Sometimes it's not a fun thing to look back on, but like most of the time it is a fun thing to look back on.
Yeah, most of the time. Wow, great segue, Sarah. Wait, I haven't done the segue yet. Speaking of people writing down their dreams, I have a community dream now.
That was a great segue.
Thanks, Sarah.
High five.
All right. So this week's community dream comes in from Rika, my friend Rika. You know Rika, but I guess maybe not everybody does. Anyway, her name's Rika. She lives in Japan, and here's her dream. I wrote this in third person, apparently. Rika was at the beach near the ocean. Her mom was there and gave her a floor cushion to cross the ocean, because you just gotta do that. What else are you gonna cross the ocean with, a boat? No. But before her journey to cross the ocean, she got interviewed by a TV station about her upcoming trip. So she did all the stuff, she thanked her mom, she thanked everyone for encouraging her, and then she sat down on her cushion, and off she went into the big wide ocean. She didn't have a paddle, so she used towels to paddle. That didn't work very well, though. So she couldn't really cross the ocean. I don't know how far she got, but after 5 attempts, curtains appeared in front of her. I guess just in the ocean or something like that. So as she went through the curtains, she finally saw land. It was Australia.
Whoa.
Whoa. And after passing through them, she could hear music, probably the Australian national anthem. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, after she went through the curtains, after she saw Australia, she also saw doggies. And it was all in black and white. A similar vibe to Alice in Wonderland. I remember her telling me about this, and I remember being like, yeah, this makes sense. I gotcha. I understand. I don't know about that anymore.
Wait, so, okay, we're in black and white now. We're at the doggies.
Yeah, it's black and white. There's doggies. She went across the ocean through some curtains to Australia. But oh no, she can't go to Australia because she needs a visa. And she didn't have one because she didn't like fly there. She just took a cushion.
Oh, no. They haven't instilled cushions yet in the visa applications.
But wait, Sarah, there's more. If she goes to New Zealand, she won't need a visa.
Why?
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's not true. But anyway, then she woke up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ding.
Also, she said she only had 1 liter of water with her for her entire big cross-ocean journey.
Good job, Rika. She really spread out those, ration. She rationed the water.
Yeah, she had 1 liter of water to go from Japan to Australia on a seat cushion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so, hey, thanks, Rika, for sending me your dream.
I love that.
That was from a while ago. Her dream was apparently from November 24th of 2019 as well.
Hey, that's okay.
So it was like a travel dream before the Rona.
That's awesome. I wish I could take a cushion across the ocean right now.
Yeah, I would love to go to New Zealand.
They seem cool. There's some hobbits there.
Yeah, okay.
No, there are. That's where they filmed the movies.
That's racist.
No, my God.
Yep.
Wait, I was going to add something to her dream.
That would be great if you did. Oh, I can explain part of this. She used to live in Australia.
Ah, okay. And wasn't she also she was talking to you about Rika's our friend, by the way. She was talking to you about getting a visa for another country to go live in.
Yes, but this was a year ago. This dream was a year ago.
So it was a prophecy.
Probably not.
Okay. Anyway, well, my fun fact, and it's not really a fun fact, it's more of like a fun tip, is if you do ever get stranded in the ocean, do not drink the salt water. Like, it was very smart of Rika in her dream to bring the 1 liter of water, because if you drink salt water, it will not only dehydrate you, but it will eventually make you go insane. And you'll have less chances of survival.
Yeah, it'll drink you. The salt water will drink you.
Yeah, it'll go, and then you'll be gone. Bye-bye. Floating away on the cushion.
Yep, dead.
Oh.
Well, I guess that's it for this episode of DreamShare. How do I end the podcast, Sarah?
If you want to share a dream
yes,
with us,
I got it.
You can email it to
dreams.dreamshare@gmail.com. And who knows, we might read your dream on the podcast.
We might.
Check us out on Instagram @DreamShare Podcast. And if you like what you heard today, please share it. Maybe don't. I don't know. Maybe share another episode.
Or leave a little review. Put
Not
some
on this
stars.
one. Not on this episode.
Yeah, go listen to some other episodes.
Yeah, go to episode 3. That was quite fun.
The Halloween special was quite fun.
Yeah. Follow us for updates on the Instagram and stuff, and more DreamShare pod. I guess you could follow on Spotify. Anyway, just do the stuff. If you like it, you can follow us. Thanks for tuning in.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. The bed bugs. Oh heavens.
You're cut off. We're done. Goodbye.